All right, guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. So, unscheduled live stream actually was done a little early, so I think I put the time down for 8:30. But I got some things that I'm looking into and working towards, and I'm actually reaching out to our community for advice and things like that. All right, so I've had a lot of questions come my way, a lot of suggestions, and as you know, we got property in Wyoming, and part of the homesteading thing that we're going to be doing in Wyoming, I want to open up my own survival course, my own survival training course. Now, this is something that we had projected for Wyoming whenever we get everything set up there. We're still heading to Wyoming. We'll get there eventually. It's just the way it is. So, I was talking to my wife tonight, and I'm actually reaching out to our community because if we got any legal beagles out there, definitely email me with your suggestions on this. Now, I've got a couple friends that have talked to me about this. Now, having an LLC protects me personally from a lot of things. As you guys know, we do the fire starting kits. We in business for ourselves on that. Arkansas Living, good to see you, brother. How you doing? So I need to find out, does my LLC cover me if we decide to move forward with survival training courses, actual meetup survival training courses? So right now I'm in Florida. I have location that I can go to. I have a location where I can take a group of people for so many days, travel the location, do camping and survival training. But I need to find out, what legal protection do I actually need? So that's a very good cough cough under the table corn pop. Yeah, I feel you on that one, my friend. But let's talk about the dangers here. Right here in Florida, yes, you are thinking about it. Yes, sweet tea, I am thinking about it, but I just want to be careful. And nothing against anybody here. I worked for a survival course years ago, and out there we had a guy break his leg. And the company did not have any safeguards, and they got their butt suit off. And actually, the owner of the company got his butt suit off. So I need to find out exactly. CC, you need something drawn up to cover your liability. Yeah. So I know I need to do that. I just don't know what all exactly I need. I think maybe I need to get a lawyer and talk with a lawyer maybe about, I don't even know what lawyer you would even go to, maybe a small business type of thing. I don't know. I got to find out. I know a great deal about survival and living off the land, but I don't know jack as far as, well, waiver of liability. Yeah. KY, Patriot Prepper. Yeah. So I don't know what it's called. So I am reaching out to everyone here. If you know the ins and outs, or have a suggestion that I need to pursue, send me an email, centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com. Our email is actually going to get changed because we're Survival Living. We're not Central Florida Prepper anymore. So I've still got to work on that. We got the worst branding deal ever for this channel. The website, cfpguide.com. The YouTube channel is Survival Living. The email is Central Florida Prepper. I think my Instagram is CFP Survival Living. So yeah, I got to really focus on rebranding a lot of stuff. I ran into a lot of issue trying to rebrand stuff where you got to pay money because, like, the website, they want it, is it 1,300 or 13 grand for the Survival Living name? I'm like, no way. Sorry guys, scrolling through here. If someone breaks a leg, just feed them to the gator. That's freaking hilarious. And now I know what CFP stands for. Corn Pop. Yeah, Central Florida Prepper. That's what we first started out the channel as. You might be able to qualify for a small business grant to start up. This program still exists. I don't know. See, that's a good idea. As far as the financing and stuff like that, I do have the financing to get everything started. And what my ideas are, guys, since I am a single man operation as far as being the only instructor that's available, I'm only going to be taking small groups out at a time. We might only be able to do it once a month to begin with. I would like to do twice a month courses, but it's going to be one of those things where I can only handle 5 to 6 people at a time. The fact is, I've got to be able to watch everything that's going on and be able to communicate directly with a small group of people compared to a large group of people. So it's something we're going to have to kind of make it, the elitist group. That's a joke. So I'm going to have to make it small. It's going to have to be more personable. It's one thing here on YouTube. I try to be as personable as I can. I try to answer emails, things like that. Try to reach those comments. I get people trying to phone call me all the time. And most of the time when you're trying to call me on the phone, I don't have my phone with me. I'm usually out in the woods somewhere or working on another film. So I do apologize if I don't respond directly to a phone call or a message. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get back to it. Comments are easy for me because I just go real quick, spin through, and I can, answer real fast. But with email, sometimes takes a couple of days. So it's something I want to start. I'm looking into, something I really want to do. I really do. And just to make everyone feel comfortable, especially with the Pathfinder group I just went through. That's not what I'm teaching. All right. I was showing how to do a bow drill before I went and took their course. I showed how to do a buck saw before I went and did their course. Those are timestamped. I already knew how to do those things. But I'm not going to be teaching their teaching technique. That's their own business. That's not what I'm going to do. I want to teach my knowledge in things. Now, I went and took that Pathfinder course to prove to everybody that, I know what I'm talking about. That's why I took it. I took it to get those creds. But it's something I want to look into. So if anybody from Pathfinder is watching right now, oh man, I can't believe, no, I'm not doing that. I actually had a whole discussion with one of the instructors up there because people would go and take the instructor course. And then as soon as they got their cert, they'd start their own business. Yeah, that's kind of shitty. But, so I'm not doing that at all. I'm just teaching my things. And especially down here in Florida, I've got a lot of training down here in Florida. When we go out to Arizona area, I've done the desert training. I can't wait to do that. When we get up to Wyoming, there's high plains and there's a lot of snow. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be taught there too. So I'll be able to incorporate a lot of different things. I don't have the means or ability to travel right now, multiple locations. If I'm living in Wyoming, I can't run to Florida to go do a survival course overnight. I can't do it. All right, scrolling through here. There's never a gator handy when you need one. Yeah, we didn't have any gators where I was doing that course at. Mike, good to see you, brother. Same as you, brother. I have a good amount of woodsy knowledge, but I am lost when it comes to the business end. You should definitely start something, though. Yeah, Mike, that's how I feel, brother. I really do. So hopefully, we got a lot of really smart people here in our community, and every YouTuber wants to tell their community, yeah, guys, you're the smartest. Actually, you guys are very smart. I know some things, but I don't know everything. All right. When it comes to outdoor survival, I teach what I know, but it doesn't mean I know everything. There's all kinds of different ways of doing things. All right. And you get the same results. So I just want to teach what I know. And I think making a small course that I can do once to twice a month that we can go to, we'll have a meetup location. We'll all meet up. Basically, you show up. If you miss that window, you're just out of luck. You have a certain timetable to meet me. We all load up. We go to the location, and we're doing a 3-day camp out. During that camp out, we're going over, I think I'm going to start with a small course first as far as the intensity. We'll go over fire making. I'm not talking about a big lighter. I'm talking about actual skills of survival. Actual survival skills on how to do things. There would be a pack list you have to have. You'll have to come with certain items. You have to bring a backpack. You'll have to bring a small tent. All right. If we decide to go into more intense training, then we'll go into a tarp and, or no shelter at all. You got to build your own. But we might actually go ahead and go over debris shelters during the basic course yet. I'm still looking at it, and I'm talking to the wife about it. She's like, well, do you really want to throw everything at somebody in 3 days? Really, you don't want to, because it's going to burn or overload somebody. But then again, you got some people that are very skilled, like Mike was just saying. He's skilled in the outdoors. So he's not really going to want to go to a small class that's, teaching you how to, set up a tent and, stuff like that. So it's got to be enough to keep the interest in. It's got to be enough that it holds value as far as, sorry, I'm seeing lights. There it is. Brake lights. So it's got to be enough to keep value. It can't just be some rink-a-dink course. Small business admin score program has mentors and classes. Okay. Hoot, how are you doing, my friend? I remember you doing videos in the garage, I think was in the early days. Yeah, that was our the bunker days. Yeah, that was my outdoor shed. Let's see here. Rainy Steps. Hello, Flat, Florida. Good to see you, my friend. Definitely do appreciate the super chat there. I see it says CA, so I think that's Canada, right? Well, definitely good to see you. As far as Flat, Florida, it's not really that flat. Like some of the places I've been doing campouts and stuff like that, I've shown the ridge lines and stuff. They're not flat land. That's another thing. I've done a lot of outdoor videos where I've been doing outdoor camping videos and stuff. And I've shown the terrain. It's some very interesting terrain out here. So that's what I want to do. That we got winter months coming up. I'm actually going to the property that I have planned that I'm working with on right now. I'm going at the end of the month. I'm going out there and I'm doing some more scouting areas because I want to make sure that the river systems or whatever that is on that property has easy access. I want to make sure there's enough room to do things. From my knowledge of the property, because I've already been out in this location before, it works. So that's what I'm going to look at. And we're just going to go from there. But I want to find the legal aspect of it just to cover my butt. Cardiovascular training is very important. Demon Slayer. Yeah, absolutely it is. Before I lost my weight, well, while I was losing my weight, I had to lose my weight first. And that was done by eating better and cutting out certain foods and certain drinks, and cardio. That's how I was able to burn off my body weight. And now it's up to weight training. So yeah, you want to make sure your heart's in good condition. That's for sure. Jeff, how are you doing, brother? Good to see you, my friend. You got all the bases covered. JJ Johnson, good to see you. Demon Slayer, how much you charging? And that's another thing we don't know. This is what we're taking a look at first, because I got to figure out what the cost is, because like it's a 3-day event. I want to provide the food. Okay. So you'll have a kit that you have to take. All right. But I want to make sure that we have everything when everyone shows up. I'm handing off if it's Mountain House, or we might go ahead and try to work something out with our affiliate programs, which is Legacy. Everybody's getting a certain amount of food. When we doing our camp out, we are camping out in the same location, but we're doing different type of training exercises. I'll be teaching how to create fire, many different aspects of that. And then we only have one central hub fire during the campsite, but everyone has their own sleeping arrangements, things like that. So I'm going to have to look at exactly what we're offering, and then we're going to have to look at, is it worth it? And that's the thing. Is it worth it? I don't want to sit there and try to drop a $500 bill on somebody. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to go live out in the woods. No, it ain't going to be nothing like that. But I want to have value. Will there be some type of course training certificate? Yeah, absolutely. The stuff I know is stuff that will save your life. So yeah, once I actually incorporate this into a type of business, yeah, that's something that can be carried with you. No, I'm not famous as some of the top end people, like, went to Pathfinders. I'm not famous like them, but I do know that there's Florida survival training courses down here from other companies I never heard of. They have their own certification. I know my stuff. Why shouldn't I be able to be on board and actually pride myself with a certificate I could give somebody and say, hey, you've proven yourself that you've been able to do this. I got mine. It's folded up in the trailer somewhere. I actually had someone ask me what I do with my patch. I don't know, somewhere. I was wanting to put it like in a frame glass and put it in an office somewhere, but I don't have an office, so it's in the trailer somewhere. Don't get me wrong. I was very excited to get the patch, of course, I just spilled my coffee. Give me a second, guys. I do apologize. That is a travesty right there. I just spilled my coffee. I will tell you this much, though. The first course, I guess would be like a basic course. You will have coffee. You'll be allowed to have coffee. Yeah. And if you want to smoke a cigarette, you'll have the right to smoke a cigarette. Now, if we go into more in-depth course on survival training, yeah, we might do like I went through, and you can't have a cigarette unless you start a fire. But, you know, it's not going to be as brutal on everybody as like I went through. KDH, how are you doing? Thank you for all the great content in your channel. Always a lot of great information. Definitely do appreciate that, Katie. So I did have some comments from our last video, our food haul. Like I said, I was out of town because I had to go. I was looking at some things before I did this live stream tonight. So on our way back, I was hitting a couple of Walmarts and stuff, and I did have some comments. Some of like our local Walmart in Lynn Haven, somebody said that there was a lot of those canned hams. So tomorrow, my wife's actually running up there for me and buying up as much of those as she can, because I love those things. They make great sandwich meat. But I do want to stress out, I don't just buy canned ham and just eat canned ham. I don't. I do buy pork chops. I buy regular beef. That's normal stuff we also eat. But I don't ever show those as prep items because that's our normal grocery list. I don't have a deep freeze to freeze meat. I just don't. I got that small refrigerator in the trailer. So our preps is what we show on those things, the canned goods and stuff like that. I saw comments, well, you need to change up your variety of vegetables. Yeah, I've shown many different types. In my diet, I usually eat corn, potatoes, green beans, broccoli and stuff we buy fresh. But I don't show the fresh stuff because it's not a prep, it's a normal grocery item. And I haven't ever seen canned broccoli yet. If there is, let me know, because if it's decent, I might actually buy it. I don't like spinach, so prep what you eat. Don't just buy it just because you're going to be buying it. If you don't eat it, don't eat it. Don't buy it. CC, I think it's a great idea. I hope you're able to get it going. You'll be watching for updates. Would be honored to help sponsor someone who might benefit from the course, but need help with the fees. That's pretty cool, CC. Yeah, we're going to see what it is. It's not going to be something that you're going to wind up getting a mortgage out, or, I'm all for making money. Don't get me wrong. It's a business, but I'm not going to sit there and try to break it off somebody either. It's just the way I phrase things. The investment I did to go to that one course, that was a lot. All right, it was for me. So I know how tough it is to try to, it took me months to save up all that for the fare and all that other stuff to get up there, the motel and all that. I get that. So we're going to try to make it very cost effective. Randy, definitely do appreciate that. Thank you. Keep up on the great info. You're doing a great job. Well, I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate the support. It's never required. I always try to answer everybody's comments. I do appreciate the super chat support there. It's not required. Okay, it really not. Miss B, good to see you. Frank Short, good to see you. Brother, if you put this together, sign me up, and I'll live right around the corner, which is Ebro. I know Ebro very well. Yeah, actually, Frank, we need to meet up anyway. There's a couple of actual locals right here in Panama City that I need to meet up with, because I want to talk. I've been talking to my group here about expanding our base, basically. Especially, it might not be right next door, we know what each other's got, but I think we need to expand communications, whether that be CB or ham radio. Now, a lot of us don't have ham radio license, but we have access to ham radios. During a SHTF event, I'm not worried about a license, but because there's no rule. All right, let's make sure I'm not telling anybody to break the law. But when there is no law, but we're talking about expanding with a form of communication, so we actually know what's going on in certain areas. I think that's a big asset there. All right, scrolling through here, sprouts and microgreens are a good option for anyone. Sprouts and microgreens are actually very good. Alberta Prepper. I don't grow either one. I do know some people that do. There's nothing wrong with it at all. There's a lot of nutrition in those. I don't have anything set up for that though. Try asparagus. Yeah, I don't like asparagus at all. And I have tried kale, and I'm not a kale person either. I like the junk food of natural food. Romaine lettuce that doesn't have any nutritional value with a gallon of ranch. Hey, at least I'm keeping it real, right? Which is not good for you, by the way. All right. Ban everything. Walmart has the exact 100-watt portable solar panel. Jackery and others sell for $300 for only $144. Look up the TAC Live solar panel on their site. ETFE coating and efficient sun power cell. Well, I would have to see if it's the exact, because it might be 100-watt. I'd have to take a look at it. As far as being able to say if it's exact or not. I'm not denying it, but I'll have to take a look at it. If it is, that's a very good price for, just a fraction of the price. Absolutely. I'm all for that. Brian Keith Prepper, how you doing? What's up, my friends? Soon as the wood dries up outside, I'm going to do the challenge. Last few days been rainy out, wet wood. Yeah, Brian, absolutely. I understand that. Yeah, wait. You got plenty of time to do that video. Wait till your, Arkansas Living was saying, real world. Yeah, I definitely get that. He's going to try to do something. It's been raining really bad in his location. You can wait. I mean, as you saw, it rained here for, I don't know, we've had about 2 days of nice weather before I went out there. But Florida's freaking hot. It doesn't take long to dry things out. So I went out and did mine. Yeah, give it a couple days, let it dry out. Give yourself a better chance. Maybe we could do a challenge where we're taking our material later and dropping in a bucket of water. I've seen it done. I've never done it. So that's a challenge right there. I've never done it. I've never take my fireboard, spindle and stuff like that and drop in a bucket of water and then try to make a fire. I've seen it done, but I've never done it. So, that's a challenge. That'd be a challenge for me right there. But yeah, take your time on that. See here. Hoodow, how's it going? Will your clients have to be vaxxed? Negative. Thankfully, here in the state of Florida, I don't have to worry about that as of now. And since my employer base is one, actually two, but my wife works for free. Someone's gonna have to help me with all the paperwork. Okay, I mean that's just all there is to it. So yeah, wish we could afford satellite phones. They cannot track you. Yeah, satellite phones are expensive. At least back when I looked at them, they were not cheap. I don't know if there's cheaper models or not, and I honestly don't know enough about satellite phones to recommend one to anybody. But I mean, if you're sitting decent where you can afford something like that, yeah, that'd be pretty interesting to have as long as the satellites stay up. Frank Short, you set the time and place. I got the CB radio. Roger that. I will definitely talk with my group because it's, I guess you'd call it a democracy. We don't have one person running anything, so we all talk about everything. Right now, we're talking about expanding on that. I will definitely bring that up in our next meeting and see what we can work on that, because I like the idea. I really do. This is something we've been talking about, and I'd like to see it actually go further. I got a mosquito right there. All right, scrolling through here. Wanted American, good to see you. Ban everything, I bought it, same panel. Well, that's awesome. So that right there, that ban everything was talking about, it looks like Walmart is selling the same panel system that Jackery has for a fraction of the cost. Arkansas Living, yep, I failed my first attempt. Some of the footage will be in there. All right, sounds cool. Yeah, Arkansas, absolutely, man. give it a few days, let the wood dry out. I mean, you saw what I did. Just do the same thing. Get you a nice day where it's all dried out. I know that you work all the time. Sometimes you work out of town. So whenever's for you, if it's a month from now, that's fine. Just send me the video afterwards, man. No, there's no rush on it. Just send me the video and we'll get it aired out over here. Just came out of the woods a few minutes ago. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I love being out in the woods. All right, scrolling through here. Missouri's pretty dry. Finally getting rain, but ready for the sun. Picked up some cheap 100-watt panels on Amazon for $100. Chinook bucks. 100 Chinook bucks. Is that Canada bucks? Canada dollars. So yeah, we pay. I think when I last bought my panels, I was paying $80, and I think my panels. I got two different brands of panels. The ones that were $80 were Eco-worthy, I think is the name of them, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I bought any extra panels. They work well enough for my 300-watt generator. Arkansas Living, put the video up on your channel. I want to see it. Yeah, I was going to get, maybe try to do a film of just the whole thing all the way through. So it took me about 2 hours and 45 minutes to walk out there, find the wood, cut it. I took a break after the first burn in. I went back. I had to go get some water because the only thing I brought with me was coffee, and it was freaking hot out here. Went inside, took a break, and I realized I had stickers all over me again, those hitchhikers. So I walked back outside, and I ran another board one more time, and my sweat fell right into the dust, right in my dust. So I cleaned that off and went back at it. So the third time, it's the same burn hole, the same drill hole, but it was the third time going at it, and it caught. And it actually caught really fast within like 4 minutes. So that ain't bad. But as soon as my sweat fell right in the notch, I mean, it hit. I saw it splash all over my dust. Yeah, there was no sense even trying again. So I had to clean it off. So yeah, it was 3 times at it, but on the same drill. Let's see here, scrolling through. Smash that thumbs up. Yeah, I definitely do appreciate that. Homestead Oz, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Eco-worthy is what I got. 2 decent panels. Yeah, we just got affiliated with Eco-worthy. We're affiliated with a whole bunch of those. We're affiliated with Jackery, Eco-worthy now, OKMO, and Bluetti. We're affiliated with all them. Legacy has their own brand. We're affiliated with them too. But I haven't really run into any issues with any of these power stations. So, I mean, it's really what it is that you need and, cost effective for what you need. So we just provide many different types because I don't have any problem with any of them. Every single one of them that I've got and got to review, I've not had an issue. So, it's really up to you on what type of brand, what you're going to use. All right, guys. So that is the news. This is something we're going to be pursuing. Like I said, guys, if you have any business backing as far as legal issues that I need to be addressing as far as we start this training course up, what I need to do to protect myself, I do know we're going to definitely have it where you have to go get a 3-day fishing license. You just need to go get a 3-day fishing license. There won't be any firearms. None. That's for my protection in case you start arguing with me and I don't need anybody shooting me. So yeah, there won't be any firearms out there. But there will be a pack list. I mean, you'll have to have a knife. You'll have to have a knife a certain size. I think we're just going to go with a hatchet and a folding saw because trying to go through some of this brush here with a big old axe, from my experience, It sucks. It really does. It's just so much easier to have a camp hatchet. But we're just going to sit down and actually go through the list, try to figure out exactly what it is. Like I said, I got to go back out and go take a look at the terrain again because I'm looking for specific spots and specific things that I can actually teach from that area. I've been out in that area before, but I wasn't looking for certain things. I want to look for certain edibles out there so I can show those and things. Just give that extra edge, extra plus in the course. So yeah, something at the end of the month, I'm going back out, and hopefully within like 2 months we'll be able to come up with something. So that's the plan right now. And whenever I go to move again, we'll just do it in a different location. Scrolling through here. Arkansas, I've done it before, but it's been a while. Got my first burn set and went for it. Screwed up ember. Put my pieces in a bag under a log and hiked out. I'll go back tomorrow. Still working on chicken coop. Friends call it a chicken condo. Ha! Wanted American. Have you filmed that? Wanted American? Wanted American has their own channel, by the way. I'll definitely like to take a look at the chicken condo. Bad out of practice for sure. Yeah, I've been there too. When I went back to start doing the bow drill before I went to that course, I filmed it. It took me like 6 hours. I haven't done it in so long. It took me like 6 hours to get it to go. Rainy. LOL, no firearms. I'm all for Second Amendment. But I also have to look out for the protection of the group and myself to have somebody half caged walking out in the woods with a bang bang, and they decide not to like what I'm telling them, they decide to shoot my ass. So yeah. All right, scrolling through here. Cherokee Survival, it's good to see you. Sorry, late. No problem at all, man. Not a problem. We're just wrapping up. We're just talking about that course and stuff. Hawkeye, good to see you. All right, scrolling through here. All right. Not yet. We'll film tomorrow. Pick up where I'm at. All right, perfect. Repurpose pallets free. All right. All right, guys. So that's what the idea is right now. Like I said, it's a work in progress. It's something I want to actually pursue. But like I said, I'm reaching out to everyone here that might have some legal information for me on that, just to protect myself as far as anything. Because like out here, guys, we got water moccasins, we got rattlesnakes. This particular area that this area is going to be at, we do have, there's been known for black bear. Yeah, there has been. I've camped out there before. I've never come across any black bear. I've never seen any scat. But just because I didn't see it that time doesn't mean he's not back there again. So, there are dangers outdoors. There are. So I've got to make sure I've got an ironclad liability thing, because if something happens, it's an accident. But I mean, we also got to make sure we got an evacuation thing set up. We need to make sure that if something happens, what happens then? Does the entire group evac that person out? We have a call station, whatever, and EMS is on the way, or do we have to go all the way out because of cell reception bad before we're able to make a call? I got to look at all these different things, because if we go out there and somebody gets messed up and we're 2 days in, and now it's going to take 2 days to get out, do we have the ability to protect someone's life during that time? So we got to look at a lot of different things here, and I got to make sure I cover myself on it too. So yeah, there's a lot to it. It really is. Would like to go to a course, Doc Mac. Well, I'm hoping that we can get this going. I'm just looking for everything. Be sure to have wagers and mention known dangers. Yeah, we definitely need that. Like I said, I need to make sure we have a medical evac thing set up. And then it's going to be like, if we've got to load up somebody on a stretcher, Obviously, I can't pull one man out on a stretcher by myself. So now we run into an issue that if I'm the only person there running it, does everybody load up and walk this individual out? Now their whole trip is destroyed because we all had to walk out because of an emergency. Now what do? Do we do complete refunds? Do we go back and just add another day? But now if people's traveled out of state to get here, they might have to be at work on Monday morning. They can't. So we still got to be fair for all of that. So we got to look at a lot of things. I just want to be fair across the board, you know. Just hung up a no firearms sign and say you are for the Second Amendment. No, you just hung up a no firearms sign and you said that you are for the Second Amendment. Neil, yes, because the property we're going to is not my property. This property is being letting me allowed to do this, and that owner of that property says no firearms. I'm all for the Second Amendment, but it's not my property. So there, a lot of people get all pissed off and, oh, how dare you? The fact is, there's more other circumstances that come into play with a lot of stuff. I can be all for Second Amendment, but don't you come into my home with a sidearm on if I don't know you. Don't. I had one guy come up to my home when I first started this stuff, and he comes walking up. He wanted to meet CFP, and he's got a freaking sidearm on, but he had it hidden. Oh, I'm allowed to carry it. Not in my freaking home. You're not, knowing that I am a convicted felon and that I cannot have a firearm, and you just brought a firearm into my home. So there is mitigating circumstances on a lot of things just to get that point across. So you need to respect other people's stuff when it's someone else's property or their home. Doesn't matter if, yeah, you have a right to carry, but you're also carrying into their property now. That's their home, their rights. See how it goes? Don't have to agree with me on that, but that's where I stand on that. Hello, brother. Bear spray is a must while out and about. Yep. Yeah. So I did buy actual bear spray because before I just had a blistering agent spray on my other camp out trips. So yeah, I did invest into actual bear spray because yeah, you got to have something. All right, scrolling through here. Hoot. When you took that course, did you have a paper saying that they weren't responsible? Yes, I did. Yeah, I had to sign a waiver before we left the truck stop. We all met up at a truck stop, and we had to sign that waiver. You're actually supposed to have that waiver signed before you got there, but they had extra copies, so everyone had to sign that. Like so many things, I think insurance will be a deal killer. Jeff, that's a possibility. Yeah, I gotta look at all of that because, yeah, insurance alone, there could be something right there. Do I have to carry a certain amount of liability insurance on myself, even though there's a waiver? You know, bear bangers are actually a good idea. I like those. I have not seen those online as far as Amazon. I know there's some other online places. That's something I really probably should invest into, especially with this course because of the area. Because like I said, I know there's black bear in the area. So something like that, that's a safety precaution that I need to invest in and take out there with me, especially if I'm running a course. All right, scrolling through here. 10 acres that back up to 20,000 acres of national forest. That's a nice plot. All right, house rule applies. Yeah, exactly. Research the effects of simple wasp spray. Have you checked with Florida BBB? They have some resources you may be able to use. No, I have not checked for that yet. One American, I definitely will. Definitely will. Handheld air horn sold at Walmart. Yeah, I actually do have. That's what I carry with me too. It's a air horn. All right, guys. So we're going to get everything wrapped up here. Again, guys, it's the idea I'm working on. If you got suggestions, things like that, email them to me, centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com. That way I can actually spend some time looking at that. I'm looking at other aspects on my end as well, and hopefully everything pans out correctly. But that's where we're going to be moving with the channel also. So we're doing a lot more outdoor survival stuff. It's what I'm passionate about, what I love doing. We're still a prepping channel, but we also do outdoor survival. I recently had a comment on the bow drill challenge. I'm not going to take the bow drill challenge, because if I have the result to that, means I failed as a prepper. I consider myself as the best prepping investment ever. That's what I consider. No matter what, no matter if I lose everything, because it can happen. It should be a shit hit the fan scenario that you're planning for, that you lose everything. Being able to rely on your skills and abilities should be a prepping scenario for you. So I consider myself a very valuable prepping item. Now, so that's my response to that individual that would rather just not do it, because that means that they failed as a prepper. Why do people want to give up all the time? I've never understood that. Why do people want to just give up? Why are you in the prepping community? Why are you a prepper? Why you go to a survival channel if you're the first person that just wants to give up? Go hang out with the viral TikTokers and stuff like that. Y'all should be hanging out. Everybody else is here for a reason. They want to learn. They want to extend their life as much as possible. At least that's the way I look at it. I'll never understand that. All right, scrolling through here right fast. Never tried a bow drill? It's definitely worth a try. It really is. An extra thumbs up, Dangerous Freedom. Good to see you, brother. How are you doing? Never give up. You get your knees dirty. Bye, I'll take care. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. Again, definitely appreciate everyone stopping in. Like I said, send those emails to me so I can figure out how we're going to do this. I've got a couple of phone calls and stuff we're going to make throughout next week, and I'm actually talking to a couple other people that actually do run courses and looking at what they're doing on that end that protects them. So hopefully we get everything wrapped up by the end of the month. So the end of next month we'll be able to start, is what I'm hoping for. And we might just have to start small to begin with, just to see how everything plans out. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.